This is from my novel project, Embarcations, or Boating for Beginners. And there's a line in this, in that field on the earth at dawn, and that's borrowed from Brian Henry's poem, Quarantine. This section of this chapter is entitled, A Study of the World's Flesh, Part 3, Earth. Madrugada strolled La Lomita, overlooking the banks of the Rio Grande River, the January night air prickling the taut, brown flesh of her distended belly as she scanned La Frontera and waited. Would Dionisio come to her tonight? The question split her open, pounded like a nail in her chest. As the river sloshed below her, she caught the ripple of whirlpool, glinting like ivory silk in the moonlight. The waters crested, parted open, Dionisio coming up for air from the swell of river water, lugging his pale, reedy body up the muddy landing into Brownstones, Texas. These evening visits, Madra didn't care how wet Dio's body was, the clammy pucker of goose flesh that enveloped her. She marveled at how his skin glowed under the stars, his eyelashes, wisps of gold, the cool glint of his long, thin fingers feathered around her neck. The rush of under-river flow pulsed beneath her heels whenever Dio drew close, as if the water knew their baby neared. Caña, she said, as she pressed Dio's palm against the kick inside her body. We'll name her after Cain, after the fields where you first had me, mi amor. She remembered sugarcane. Cutting leaves swirled about her ankles, the firm knotted ribs of stalks bracing her arms as he entered. He remembered it differently. Rows of corn just past the ditch that slips into the river, stalks and earth mounds sheltering their bodies, the taste of corn silk between his teeth, bitter yet sweet as a promise of rain, leaves of years cutting at his ankles as he entered. Cualquier cosa que desees, mi azúcar, Dio whispered in Sumatra's ear. I'll name her anything you want. Though he secretly wished for a boy, hair gold as corn silk, eyes green as husks, he'd name him Cobb, un hijo americano, a boy who would propagate. Hand in hand, they trailed down the little hill, rooted away from the river out into the open field, a white, flat expanse where a resaca once lay, the dry inlet bed rich with loam. The soil pulled them in. In that field, on the earth, Madrugada lay split. Dirt, earth, bodies. Dionisio rained down on her fierce brown flesh, her body parched as the arid resaca, his glands to her lips, his seed to her throat. She thought of a terremolino wafting away, leaving dust and destruction on the ground. She pulled him back into her, pressed the pulse of his veins into herself. The beautiful storm is leaving us, she swallowed. La lluvia nos lleva, she whispered. Ahí viene, she gasped. She felt asphyxiated, all the air in the world abandoning her. Her water broke, but instead of clear, warm fluid trickling down her thighs, out slipped a slurry of sludge, the gush of murk pulsed from her womb, then darkness. Dionisio beneath her then, cradling her back, his lips to her lips, resuscitating Madrugada. Madre, madra, ma. On the earth in that field, Madrugada splayed at dawn, her body shuddering and crumbling apart like a dried mud cake. Her fingernails tilled the soil, one push, then another, claw, rake, stride. The dirt wedged into her nail beds. Earth quaked beneath her, split. Cain, she begged, aching for something to clench between her teeth as her body quavered one last push, then dissolved into a furrow. From earth, returned to earth. Arms deep in sediment, Dio rutted and rooted through the muck until he dug out the newborn, brown as dirt, then sucked the mud out of the suffocating baby's nostrils, wondered at the dark pucker of foreskin between the creature's legs. Cain, as he entered the world.